The Google search index is still logging a persistent query identifier for every term you type right now, and the Department of Justice can't stop it. A federal court ruled in 2024 that Google ran an illegal monopoly. The suppression mechanism is still operating, and the AI that could have replaced search entirely, built inside Google's own servers, was killed before you ever saw it. Google Search is officially a neutral information retrieval system. That's the public story. The legal story is different. Google Search is a $175 billion annual advertising engine, and every algorithm update, every default search deal, every product decision runs through a single filter. Does this protect the auction model? The AI that got buried isn't some startup Google crushed in an acquisition. It's their own. An internal system Google's engineers built that outperformed keyword search on every benchmark they ran. They called it a next-generation retrieval architecture. It would answer your questions directly. No ads, no 10 links, just the answer. It was ready in 2022. And then Google's leadership made a decision you'll never see in any press release. The system had a code name. Internal teams were running it on live query traffic. The results were unambiguous. Users preferred it. Time on site dropped, which in every other industry means a better product. In Google's business model, it meant catastrophe. Every second a user isn't clicking a link is a second they're not seeing an ad. The AI answered. It didn't redirect. And redirect is the product. Internal emails surfaced during the Department of Justice antitrust trial showed Google engineers flagging the revenue risk directly. Not hiding it, flagging it. They knew the AI worked. They knew it was better. The decision not to ship it wasn't a technical one. The decision not to ship it was financial. And it was made at the executive level, weeks before ChatGPT launched and Google declared an internal code red. Because the threat they were suddenly panicking about was a system they had already built and quietly shelved. The Department of Justice noticed. The 2023 antitrust trial subpoenaed internal product roadmaps. They found the suppressed architecture. They found the emails. Judge Amit Mehta ruled in August 2024 that Google had illegally maintained its search monopoly through a web of exclusionary default agreements. Payments to Apple, payments to carriers, payments to device manufacturers. $18 billion in 2021 alone just to Apple, just to stay the default. The DOJ called it anti-competitive. The court agreed. And then the remedies phase began. Lawyers argued. Filings accumulated. Google appealed. And while the legal machinery ground forward at the speed of federal litigation, the suppression mechanism kept running. And the AI stayed buried. Here is how it works and why it can't be stopped. Every search you run assigns you a persistent session identifier, a telemetry handshake that ties your query to your device, your account, your behavioral profile. That data feeds a click signal training pipeline that tells Google which results you clicked, which you skipped, how long you stayed. That loop trains the algorithm, and the algorithm is not optimized for answering your question. It's optimized for keeping you in a state of near resolution, close enough to satisfied that you stay on the page, not so satisfied that you stop clicking. The AI they buried would have broken that loop. It answered, full stop, and a user who gets a full answer doesn't click. Google's own internal ranking system, called NavBoost, confirmed in trial testimony, explicitly weights click probability. An AI that eliminates the click scores 0 on the metric that runs the company. So they didn't ship it. They built a watered-down version instead, AI overviews with ads embedded above the answer. The answer became a vehicle for the auction. And the telemetry handshake is still running on every query, feeding a system designed not to answer you, but to keep you wanting the answer. Right now, your search query is not just a question. It's a behavioral data point in a revenue optimization system. The AI that would have given you a clean answer exists. It's trained. It ran on live traffic. Google's engineers know it works. But the decision was made at the top that a better search product was a worse business. And here's the part nobody fully reported. The court that ruled against Google does not have the power to force them to ship software. The DOJ can break up Google's distribution deals. It cannot compel them to deploy an internal system they chose to suppress, which means the AI stays shelved. The auction model stays running. And every search you run teaches the system exactly how much information to give you to keep you clicking, and not one word more. The people meant to protect you already lost that fight. The mechanism that won it is still active. So here is what nobody will answer. Google built an AI that made their own search engine obsolete. They buried it. A court confirmed they ran an illegal monopoly to protect it. And the remedies being negotiated right now in federal court do not touch the buried product at all. Who benefits from the legal process staying slow? And what happens to the AI if Google wins the appeal?